Thanks for having me, Dodo. First, let me check that there's at least one eye looking at the camera. I'd like to start with a little song about escaping to virtual reality. You wanna hide? Put on a disguise. Try a dog head for size. Air moves aside, virtual real estate comes down, it all turns cold. Stars start everywhere, blooming liquid crystal pixels like light that's eons old. Explode straight into the eye. It's real as real in each and every world you die. Inside the skin is just the same as it's always been. Above the neck is night, below is day. Blazing, raging path crossed day. Everyone is incandescent, everyone is full of blood and full of wonder. Nerves spark on a loom, cradling flesh and making sense. The heart is full, it's all subsonic and undeniable. Right. This piece I wrote for a friend who lost his partner. I didn't know his partner that well. But maybe this is for everybody. Leaves for Mo. The same nerve endings that bring pleasure bring pain. The body that bowled you over is now bowled over, and the story it carried carries on. Nothing makes sense. Life doesn't stop. It's just that someone reached out and hit the bell to call time, to let the memories fall, like water that has turned to ice or snow or rice, confetti on a marriage with the earth. All the holes punched in the admin of a life, all the holes that filled the Albert Hall drop like petals. Nothing makes sense. Memories fall like leaves, as if it's autumn in a deciduous forest, as if there's an endless supply, as if one person is not just a tree, but with their family a grove, and a wood with their friends, and a forest in their community. And they keep falling, the memories, and we're left to shuffle through them like who we are, a dog, a child, melancholy, or someone caught by the light, almost weightless descent of a used-up green solar cell that pulled sap toward heaven and is now red and gold. Memories like mist or midges, dew on spider silk, the soft scent of you in its shadows, the glitter of grit among its roots, little insect wings, frayed leaf, the intersection of light with time. Sun, moon, stars and eyes burning in the dark, the rhythm of the dark plough, night and breath, breathing in the trees, breathing out the trees. Here we are, skewered on lines shot from constellations, separated from each other by minute fractions of a degree. Nothing makes sense, but the memories keep falling as if we're among deciduous trees. in autumn. This is a different kind of sunset poem. I've called it Filling the Sky. There are days when a crack opens between the phases of a blue egg incubating in solar winds, and aliens who were until now hiding in the deepest, abstract corners of space break in to soak in yolk sunset, collect themselves and float, wisp assemblies with big eyes, brimming with distance, toasted damask and wind-blown cephalopods, stars in tentacles, cross the sky, in trains of dew too warm to fall. They arrive behind the eye, their limbs ripple along the body. Being close to anyone is to feel the current of the sea. And to another animal metaphor, insect antennae. Insect antennae. From a sharp seed in a sock to earwax, from a glance to a collision, from tight to slack, from swallowing air like a beaked whale in a foaming storm to slippery soap, from coarse-grained wholemeal bread to an old touch-screen that bent the light surrounding a finger, making its mark. We are ants, shin-deep in soil grains. Weather impresses all day with its braille. High bridges of grass sway above us. Night flicks gold across faces in transport, while the unsold, spotlit and spotless, wait for a smear of warm flesh. Touch, reaching further and further beyond the down hairs, offshore into the outer spaces, like a body floating, swollen hands, bruised and torn, stained hands, broken nail hands, hands raw with blisters and rashes, hands once as sensitive as insect antennae, calloused by farming and mining, materials separated, resized and recombined, making a city's tissue. Piles are driven, steel erected, concrete poured, bricks are laid, gravel is raked on paths, cut grass dies on top of growing grass, birds stain benches, engraved names blend with charcoal and ash-tapped lichen. Dulled quartz spills out of broken grave beds, a skin-catching end of sap crack runs along a bleached and barkless trunk, naked, patinated gently with algae. The knot, like a button on a skinny belly, long, smooth roots like legs outside covers on a steamy night, lie on a tomb, break ironwork, angels and crosses. The more minute the detail, the higher the ridges are above the pores. In the unequal opposite to the fingerprint, you feel your way, rubbing against the world with its tendrils, clothes softened by repeated pummeling in a tumbling washing drum, and by wear, the hot water of contact evaporating into nothing. This is about not speaking, which is why I've called it Speak now. Speak now. Drink it all in. Let blood rise in your face. You are breathing language substrate. You are walking through parts per million of undiscovered expression, a hemisphere of unvoiced sound. The tiniest slice of meaning is like a germ, and germs lurk everywhere, ink spit and typeface in mirrors. They always did. They always will tempt you to assign value. When you do, you inhale language dust, delusion molecules, fantasy atoms, fact iotas, and inflate yourself, build dreams, hang hope off them, act on them, and then you fall. There's frenetic mutation and any number of misunderstandings, but if you've tried to make sense before, you may have some immunity or an addiction. There is peril in pulped data, bits and bytes, the DNA of sentences, adenine, the letters guanine, cytosine, syllables, thymine, pulverized alphabet, spores of flower verb, proglotids of emotional worm. A's and Z's, silent and transparent, air in air, illness heralds, single cellular life, a body clears its throat of irritant, and death sentences pour from the mouth, fine numerals, hairbreadths, fractional tolerances in creation soup, gamete ideas meeting, generating plagues and paradise, bugs, bug fixes, zygotes, cons and lies, health-giving stories, odd description, vaccines and poison, inoculation and possession, abrasive punctuation, transmogrifying radiations of fear and hate, the syntax of oppression, granular imperatives, all swirling inaudible, untouchable in the bubble that surrounds you, caught in the filters for understanding, clogging their mesh, short-circuiting nerves. The thread leading back through the maze into tree, clean air is fraying, is spat on and rotting, is being chewed by sentiment, untied by pride and going up in smoke. The signs billow, flutter and flow like substitute oxygen. You need to absorb some and live for a while in delusion. Drink embarrassment and boost your signifying antibodies. Take the rumours and the paranoias like strychnine tonic. The fantasies as sugar, the lies as creative, the fear as a warning, the half-truth as a half-truth. You are breathing language substrate. You are walking through an atmosphere drenched in undiscovered expression, a hemisphere of the unsaid becoming extinct. So to finish, where are you from? I'm from my mother's belly. No. Where are you from? We're all stardust. No, no. Where are you from? I was brought in on an aeroplane, born in a nest in a hollow tree, brought up in a cave on the side of a mountain by a centaur. Don't be silly. Where are you from? I was a gold fleck in my father's eye, a trace of breeze that lifted a fog, a finger that brushed sand from a shoulder. Adrenaline in a kiss, a lift of the heart, a sip of primordial soup. I was a fish in the sea, a lizard that fell from a tree, a timid little rodent, an acrobatic ape. I tattooed my skin with bamboo. I was found in a basket, or was it a handbag? It was a clasp purse under a bush. I sprouted like a green plant on a blue planet. I crawled out of mud. I slipped in from under the ice. I was a spark in a spill from a volcano. I come from an unfinished dream, full of bad and good people. Where am I from? I'm from some random geographical point. I'm a native of random geographical Pointania. Same as you. Same as you. Thank you for listening.